Can I get emojis, guys? Can I get your response? Yeah. Okay, fine, guys. So let us start the class. Give me a 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Shruti. Good afternoon, Atin, Anudriti. Okay, fine, guys. So in the today's class, we are going to do the revision of the plant kingdom, guys. Okay. So in the last class, we know that we have studied about the biological classification, right? Nandita, you raised your hand. You have any question, pa? Nandita, you can answer me. You can give me in the chat box if you have any question. Means okay, fine. In the biological classification, I think I am audible, right, guys? 1 minute. Yeah, whether I'm audible. Yeah, please tell me whether I'm audible and video and all the thing is visible. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. Awesome. Okay, guys, fine. So let us go to the plant kingdom, guys. In the last chapter, that is the biological classification, Whittaker has given the classification system, right? In that we studied the five kingdom classification. So where we already studied the fungi, Monera, and the Protista, right? Plant kingdom and the animal kingdom we are studying separately. So we are studying the plant kingdom. Okay, fine, guys. Guys, I want to know that before the five kingdom classification, is that fungi and plant and the monera all are kept under the one thing, right? One group, right? Why that is kept in one group, guys? Can anyone tell me why those all the things kept in one group? Fungi, plant, and also the monera, bacteria, all are kept in the one group because of the cell wall, right? Yeah. Now we are going to that all are separate. Now we are separately studying the plant kingdom today. Okay. Fine. And also the blue-green algae, that is a cyanobacteria, comes under the blue-green algae, but it is no more now comes under the blue-green algae. Okay, fine. Okay, guys. Now let us study about the plant kingdom. Okay. So here you can see, guys. So in the plant kingdom, here the system of the classification, here you have to remember the name of the classification and the scientist who given that. Okay. So first let us study about the artificial system of the classification. Okay. Artificial system of classification is based on the morphological characters, which we can see. And the natural system of classification include both the external and the internal characters. It is mainly given by the Bentham and Hooker. Remember. And the phylogenetic, it is mainly related to the evolutionary. Okay, we are comparing the current character with the evolutionary existed organism. Okay, that is by the Engler and the Prantl. And the numerical taxonomy is based on the chromosome number and the chromosome, how it behaves. Based on that, we are given the numerical taxonomy. We will do that. On that, mainly it is given the codes and all the things. We will use the computer for this. Okay. And cytotaxonomy is mainly based on the chromosome number. Okay. Where numerical taxonomy is based on the combination of the characters. Okay. Cytotaxonomy mainly based on the chromosome. Okay. Sorry, 1 minute. It is mainly based on the chromosome number and the chromosome behavior and all the things. And chemotaxonomy, here we classify the organism mainly based on the chemicals which is present in the plant. For example, protein and RNA and the DNA. Okay, fine. Let us come to the plant kingdom. The mainly plant kingdom is differentiated into the plants which will produce the seeds and the plants which will not produce the seeds. Okay, so here mainly we will call it as a which will not produce the seeds. Cryptogram. In the cryptogram does not produce the seeds. The examples are the algae, bryophytes and the pteridophytes will comes under the seedless plants. Okay. And the plants which produce the seeds are the gymnosperm and the angiosperm. Okay. You can go to the gymnosperm where seeds is not covered by the ovary, where ovary is not there. Ovary is absent in the gymnosperm, whereas it is present in the angiosperm. Okay. I think you understood this slide, guys. Did you understood this? Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you understood me. Did you understood this? Give me a thumbs up if you understood me. Okay, thank you, Chaitanya. Fine. Let us go to the algae first, guys. Okay, the algae mainly it is a photoautotrophic. Okay, photoautotrophic. We know that when the life was formed, it was formed in the water first, right? Yeah, algae formed in the water first, and you can see that more. These are mainly found in the moist stones, soil, and wood. Some of them also occur in with the association with the fungi. Can you give example for that, guys? The algae association with the fungus. What is that called as? Anyone in the chat box? Anyone, guys? Lichens, right? Yeah, lichens we will call as the association with the fungi, right? Yes or no? Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, lichens. Lichens is association with the fungi. And you can see the animals also. With the animals also, algae has the association with the sloth bear. Okay, remember this. And you know that the algae is covered by the mucilage. That mucilage is nothing but the carbohydrate. Okay, polysaccharide that gives the protection and protection from the water current and the epiphytic growth. Okay, fine. Then coming to the plant body, the algae does not have any root-like structure, stem-like structure, leaf-like structure. So that's why we'll call it a thallus. Okay, thallus-like structure. And we can see the unicellular algae. Unicellular algae is nothing but the Chlamydomonas, filamentous algae, Spirogyra and Eulothrix, and colonial is the Volvox, and colonial is the Volvox. Here you can see, guys. The mainly these diagrams are important and the example. In the so many exams, they are given they are asked the question that give me the example for the colonial algae, or they are given in the match the following like question. Kindly remember this slide, it is very very important. Okay, and the algae is made up of the cell wall that is consisting of the cellulose, galactans, mannose, and the calcium carbonate. Okay, not calcium pectate, calcium carbonate. To confuse you in the exam, they may ask you calcium pectate. Okay, calcium pectate is not present, calcium carbonate. Okay, and the pigment you can see chlorophyll A, B, C, carotenoid, fucoxanthin. These all are present in algae. It is based on the types of the algae. Okay, and reserve food is mainly starch. Kindly remember this diagram, guys. It's very, very important. Okay, fine. Then coming to the reproduction, how the reproduction is going to be taken place. First is the vegetative. Vegetative, we know that vegetative is by the fragmentation. If the algae was cut off and it is fall on the ground, means there it is going to form the another algae. Okay, so that is the vegetative reproduction. And asexual reproduction is mainly by the zoospores. Remember, zoospores. Okay, and sexual reproduction we will study here. Okay, in the sexual reproduction, we can see the isogamy. Iso means what, guys? Iso. Iso means what? A similar, right? Similar. The in the sexual reproduction, we see that male gamete and the female gamete, right? Yes. Here, isogamous means both the gametes are in similar size. Okay. Both the gametes are in similar size. We can see the example is the Eulothrix and the Spirogyra. Mainly it is in the filamentous algae. Remember, in the filamentous algae, we can see the isogamy. That is the flagellated is a Eulothrix and non-flagellated is the Spirogyra. Remember. Okay. Then coming to the anisogamy, aniso means what? Both are in dissimilar size. Okay. So here male gamete and the female gamete are in dissimilar size. Example is the Eudorina. Remember. And the oogamous, Volvox and Fucus. Oogamous, what will happen? One is the non-motile. One is the non-motile. So that is the female gamete is a non-motile, whereas the male gamete is having the flagella. So one is motile and another one is non-motile. So that we come to the oogamy. Okay. So oogamous Yes, you are going to get the notes of this. Yes. Yes, Palgar. Okay. So remember this, guys. Okay. Then coming to the in the algae, we can see mainly the zygotic meiosis. Okay. And another important thing in the algae is life cycle in the algae. Guys, I will tell you, this slide is very, very important. Okay. Because so many MCQs you will get because of the based on this slide. Okay. In the life cycle, haplontic life cycle, examples are the Olvox, Spirogyra, and the Chlamydomonas. And in the diplontic life cycle, Sargassum and the Fucus. And coming to the aplodiplontic life cycle, Polysiphonia, Ectocarpus, and the kelp. That is the brown algae. Brown algae mainly show the haplodiplontic. And mainly in that, Sargassum and Fucus shows the diplontic. Remember. Okay, fine. I think you understood this. If you make a note of this, very good. Okay, fine. Then coming to the classification of algae. You already know that classification of algae, right? One is a green algae, one is a brown algae, and next is the red algae, right? Okay, let us study about the characters of this algae, guys. Okay, fine. 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so first let us talk about the chlorophyte, guys. Green algae. Green algae are mainly present in fresh water, okay? Because you can see that green algae, because of the algae, the algae will produce the immediate oxygen, okay? Dissolved oxygen in the immediate environment. Remember that, okay? These are present in the fresh water. They're rarely present in brackish or salt water, marine water. And they are grass green in color, green, okay? White is grass green in color because of the chlorophyll A and B pigment. And the cell wall is mainly made up of, inside is the cellulose, whereas the outside is the pectose. Pectose, okay? Both are polysaccharide only, okay? Then coming to the flagella, it is very, very important. They are consisting of green algae consisting of 2 to 8 flagella that is equal in size and they are in the apical position. Apical, remember. And the starch, the storage molecule is the starch here, and you can see the pyrenoid. Okay, pyrenoid, you can remember that is present in the chlorophyte. Okay, then coming to the reproduction, vegetative or the vegetative is by the fragmentation, asexual by the zoospores, and asexual is zoospores in the common in the all the algae. Okay, and sexual isogamy, anisogamy, and oogamous. Okay, fine. The examples are Chlamydomonas, Chara, Spirogyra, Chlorella, Olvox and the Olvox and the Chara. So here remember, I will give the mnemonics how to remember the examples. Don't worry about that. Okay, fine. I think you understood about the green algae, guys. Here I have given the example of the green algae, that is the Olvox and the Ulothrix. Olvox is the colonial. Okay, Ulothrix is the filamentous. Remember. And coming to the brown algae are mainly present in the marine, okay, marine water, and these are very rare in the fresh water. They're olive green to the brown, okay, because that's why we are calling as a brown algae, okay. Mainly the pigment A and C. Remember, guys, wherever you can see the brown color, there will be a chlorophyll C will be there, okay, and the fucoxanthin carotenoids are there, and the mainly cell wall is made up of cellulose and algin. Cellulose inside and the algin outside. Okay. And it is very important, guys. They are consisting of the uh, two flagella that is unequal, not equal. Okay. They are unequal and they are present in the lateral side, lateral, and they are pyriform. Okay. The mainly storage molecular mannitol and the laminarin. And vegetative fragmentation, fragmentation by the vegetative reproduction and zoospores. And here also isogamy, anisogamy, and oogamy is present. Okay. Mainly the examples are Dictyota, Laminaria, Fucus, Ectocarpus, and the Sargassum. Okay. Fine. And let us go to the red algae, guys. Mainly in the red algae, you can see here, they are also mainly present in the brackish water and the marine water. Okay. But some are present in the fresh water. They are red color and mainly presence of the chlorophyll A, D, and phycoerythrin. Remember this. Okay. And cell wall is made up of cellulose, pectose, and another one is there, polysulfoester. Polysulfate ester. Remember, not only polysulfate ester. Okay. And it is also very important. Flagella is absent in rhodophyceae or red algae. Okay. And storage molecule is Floridian starch. Floridian starch. Can anyone tell me, guys? Floridian starch resembles the starch or amylopectin or glycogen? Floridian starch mainly resembles what, guys? Which one? Floridian starch. Can I get answer from you guys? Yeah, remember the Floridian starch mainly resemble the glycogen, okay? Glycogen and the amylopectin because it is having the branched structure. That's why. Okay. Then coming to the reproduction, same fragmentation, zoospores, and mainly here oogamous is present. Remember this, guys, very important. Oogamous is the reproduction, sexual reproduction present in rhodophyceae because they don't have any flagellated here. Okay. Then coming to the example, Porphyra, Gelidium, and Gracilaria. Okay, fine. Then coming to the uses, guys, mainly. This slide is very important here, this point. So many questions is asked from this statement. Porphyra, laminaria, and sargassum are used as the food in the coastal areas. Okay. Then coming to the hydrocolloids. Hydrocolloid means water holding capacity mainly. Okay. So here you can see that algine. Algine is from the brown algae and Carrageen is from the red algae. Don't confuse. Okay. Don't get confused here. Carrageen is from the red algae. Algine is from the brown algae. Okay. And agar is from the red algae mainly. That is a Gelidium and Gracilaria. Okay. And chlorella, which is very rich in protein, it is used by the space travelers. Okay. Recently, you studied about the Sunita Williams, right? They are the space travelers. They mainly use the chlorella as for the protein source. Okay, fine. You understood this? I think have you understood the algae, guys? You have any questions here? Did you understood this? Can you give me thumbs up or any reactions, guys, so that I can move to the next slide? And here, the diagram is very, very important. Here you can see laminaria. Brown algae example is laminaria. How can you remember the laminaria, guys? You can see in the stipe. Stipe is having the L-like structure. Okay, L-like structure. Okay, you can remember this is the laminaria. And the fucus. Fucus is having like a F-like structure, E-like structure, right? After the E, F will come, right? So you can remember like this. E. It will look like the E. So that it is a F, fucus. Okay. It is having the air bladder, front, and the midrib. Here you can see. Okay. And this is very important. In the labeling, they may ask this is the font, this is the stipe, and this is the holdfast. With the help of the holdfast, it will attach to the substratum. And Dictyota brown algae, how can you remember Dictyota? Ta, it will come the tree, right? It will look like the tree. Remember that. Okay. And in the red algae, Porphyra and Polysiphonia. Polysiphonia is having like branched structure. You can remember like that. Okay, here is the mnemonics for you guys. How can you remember the examples? Okay. So green algae, you can remember Sue, classic car. Sue, classic car. Sue is a Spirogera, Eulothrix, Olva, Chlamydomonas, Chlorella, and Chara. Sue, classic car. Okay. And for the brown algae, you can remember like self-defense. Self-defense means how can you remember, guys? Sargassum, Ectocarpus, Laminaria, and Fucus. Self. Defense means Dictyota. And red algae, Golgappe, Panipuri. So Gelidium, Gracilaria, Porphyra, Polysiphonia. Did you understood this? Did you understood this, guys? It's easy. You can take a screenshot of this. If you want me, we will also get the notes. Did you understood this, guys? Okay, fine. So I think if you understood the algae means, let us solve some question which is asked in the previous NEET question. This question, read the following statement and choose the statement. Okay. So Phaeophyceae, remember, read the question correctly. Here they are given the statement wise question. Here you have to choose the correct statement. In the first statement, they are asking regarding the brown algae. Okay. Asexual reproduction occur usually by the biflagellated zoospores. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. I only given the answer. Sorry. Sexual reproduction is by the oogamous method only. Stored food is in the form of carbohydrate, which is either mannitol or laminaria. And option D, major pigment found are the chlorophyll A, C, and carotenoids and xanthophyll. Vegetative cell have the cellulosic wall usually covered on the outside by the gelatinous coating, that is the algae. Which of the option is correct, guys? I will run the poll. I think I already showed the answer. No problem. How many of you answer? Let us see. 1 minute. Very good. 1 minute, guys. Yeah, you can answer the question, guys. I have launched the poll. I want everyone to answer fast because you know the answers already, right? Yeah, very good, very good. So many of them are answering correctly. Awesome, guys. I think you understood about the algae. Kindly go through this PPT also. It is very useful, okay? Yeah, very good. Some are answering still. Very good. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I will end the poll, guys. Okay, fine. So I will end the poll here. Very good, guys. Like 93% have given the correct answer. Only 7% have not given the correct answer. I will tell you guys. Here you can see, guys. Asexual reproduction occur usually by the biflagellated zoospore. Yes, that is correct in all the case of green algae, brown algae, red algae. That is correct. Then coming to the sexual reproduction is by the oogamous method only. Is it only is there? No. By the three methods are there. Isogamous, anisogamous, and the oogamous. So that's why these are wrong. Stored food is the mannitol and laminarin. That is correct. And chlorophyll A, C, carotenoids and xanthophyll is there. That is also correct. And yes, cellulose and the algae, it is also correct. So only B is wrong. So that's why A, C, D, E is the correct answer. Right. Sorry, not rhodophyte here. So 1 minute, it is mistakenly. Option C is the correct answer. A, C, D, E only. Here's the next question, guys. Hydrocolloids, coragen is obtained from, this is asked in the NEET 2022. Option A, Phaeophyce and Rhodophyce. Option B, Rhodophyce only. Option C, Phaeophyce only. Option D, Chlorophyce and Phaeophyce. Yeah, very good, Punit Kumar. Yes, very good, Sari Rekha. Anudruti, can you check once again? Very good, Sarisvika. Yes, Maya. Very good. Yes. Yes, guys. The correct answer is Rhodophyce only. Right. 1 minute. Yeah, Rhodophyce only. Why Rhodophyce? We are studied in this. Right, guys. See here, you can see, guys. We are talking about carrageen collide, hydrocolloid. Carrageen hydrocolloid means that is red algae. Rhodophyce only. Right. Okay, here is the next question, guys. Rhodophyce only. Okay. Which one of the following statement is wrong? Algae increase the level of dissolved oxygen in the immediate environment. Option B. Algin is obtained from red algae. Carrageen is from the brown algae. Agar is obtained from the Gelidium and Gracilaria. And option D. Laminaria and sargassums are used as foods. Okay, I will again run the poll. 1 minute. One minute, guys. Yes, I am launching the poll. Answer to this question, guys, which is the correct answer. Which one of the following statement is wrong? They asked it is the wrong. Okay. Yeah. Yes, very good, very good. So I will end the poll. Yes, I'm sharing the result with you guys. Yes, 100% have given the correct answer, guys. Very good. Okay. Okay, guys, let us go to the next question. Here you can see option B is the correct answer. And here you can see, guys, algae increase the dissolved in oxygen in the immediate environment. That is correct. Algine. Algine is from the brown algae, not red algae. Brown algae, right? And carrageen is from the red algae. Then coming to the agar-agar is from the Gelidium gracilaria, correct. Laminaria and sargassum as the food is correct. And option A is also correct. So here you can see. Okay. Then coming to the next question, guys. Consider the following feature. Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll C, fucoxanthin, Floridian star, flagella 2 in number, unequal and lateral. Which of these are seen in Phaeophyce, in the brown algae? I am relaunching the poll. You can answer to this question. Very good, Maya. Yes. Yeah, answer to this question, guys. I launched the poll. Very good, very good. Okay. I'm ending the poll, guys. I'm sharing the results here. 80% have given the option B and 20% have given the option C. Okay, fine. So let us solve this question, guys. Regarding the Phaeophyce, they are asking, right? First, let us talk about the option statement 1. So this is about the brown algae they have asked, right? Chlorophyll A and C is there. Yes, correct. Fucoxanthin is there. Correct. And fluorine starch is not there. Fluorine starch is in the red algae. Then flagella 2 in number, unequal and lateral. That is correct. Then 1, 2 and 4 is correct. 1, 2 and 4. Yeah. The correct answer is 2. Option 2 is the correct answer. And here is another question. Which of the following pair is a unicellular algae? Okay. So here you can answer to this question. I will launch the poll. Yeah. I launched the poll, guys. You can answer to this question. Option A, Anabana and Olbox. Option B, Chlorella and Spirulina. Option C, Laminaria and Sargassum. Option D, Gelidium and Gracilaria. So which one is the correct answer? Very good, Gundi Jamila. Very good, Pa. Okay, I'm getting the answer. You can answer me in the chat box also, guys. Okay. I will end the poll. I'll share the result. 50% given the correct answer and 50% has given the option A and 50% as the option B. So let us solve this question, guys. Here, guys, we have studied, right, laminaria and sargassum. And these all are the multicellular. Gelidium gracilaria also multicellular. Okay. Then coming to the Anabena and Olvox. Olvox is the colonial, right? You can easily eliminate this option A. Olvox is the colonial form. Right? Then coming to the chlorella, unicellular. Spirulina is also unicellular. Right? The correct answer is option B, chlorella and spirulina. Then coming to the next question. The life cycle of the ectocarpus and fucus respectively are diplontic, haplodiplontic, haplodiplontic, diplontic. Option C, haplodiplontic, haplontic, haplontic and diplontic. I will launch the poll, guys. If I'm going very fast with the poll means you can tell me, I will go slowly. Okay. Yeah. I launched the poll. You can answer. If you had make the note what I given means you can easily answer. Very good, guys. Yes. I'll share the result with you. Yeah, 83% given option B and only 70% given the option C. Okay, guys. For you who are given the wrong answer, here you can see, guys. 1 minute. Yeah, option D is the correct answer. Haplodiplontic and the haplontic. Have given the one slide, right, in the starting. You can go through that. The fucus, ectocarpus is mainly having the haplodiplontic, okay? And fucus is having the diplontic life cycle, okay? These all are mainly asked in the previous year questions, guys. Okay. I think you understood algae. Are you okay with the algae, guys? These all are the previous questions we already solved. Okay. From the NEET, you will get minimum 1 or 2 questions from this chapter. Exactly. Okay. Fine. So let us talk about the bryophytes, guys. Bryophytes are also come from the water only, but they are not go away from the water. They actually grow nearby the water. Okay. So usually grow in the damp, humid, and the shaded localities. And in the green, they will do the green carpet-like structure on the rocks and walls and the tree trunks. Okay. Bryophytes we will call as the amphibians of the plant kingdom because they require the water for the fertilization, and they are the first plants to come out from the water to the terrestrial. That's why. Okay, fine. They play main important role in the plant succession. Bedrock, it's important. Okay, this is also very important. Fine. They also don't have any root-like, stem-like, or the root-like structure. They're having the thallus-like structure, and they're bit okay from the algae. They're having the prostate and the erect body. Okay, and they don't have any true root, stem, or leaf-like structure. They possess the root-like, leaf-like, stem-like structure. For example, root-like rhizoids are there here. Okay, and they attach it to the substratum by using the rhizoids. Okay, guys. Here, the mainly importantly, you have to observe the diagram, guys. Okay, diagram you can see here. It is the Markensia liverwort. It is having the thallus. Okay, thallus body. This is called as a male thalli. Okay, this is called as a male thallus, and it is having the Gemma cup here. It is required for the asexual reproduction. Okay, Gemma cup is important for the asexual reproduction. And rhizoids in the Markensia is unicellular, okay, unicellular, and it is having the antherodiophore. This will produce the, okay, biflagellated zoospore. Okay, it will antheridia. 1 minute. Biflagellated antheridia. Okay, antheridia it will produce, that is nothing but the male gamete. Okay, biflagellated it is. Okay, and in the female thallus you can see this is a female thalli. Gemma cup is also there, and the unicellular rhizoids are there, and it is a flask shaped. Okay, remember, flask shaped archegoniophore. Okay, it is having the female gametophyte. Okay, this is having the female gamete. Okay, remember this, guys. And here the example given is the Funaria. Funaria is having the gametophyte. It is gametophyte. Okay, and this is a sporophyte. It is a sporophyte. Okay, and this is the remember this. Okay, fine. And in the bryophytes, we mainly studied the liverwort and the mosses, guys. Mainly see this slide. Liverwort is having the thallus-like structure, which is a dorsiventrally flattened. Okay, and vegetative reproduction is mainly by the fragmentation and Gemma cup. Gemma cup mainly you can see in the liverwort, not in the mosses. Remember, Gemma cup only in the liverwort. Rhizoids are unicellular and unbranched. It's important. Okay. And sporangium is completely parasite on gametophyte. It's very, very important. What is the whole body of the bryophytes, guys? Either it is a haploid or a diploid. It is a haploid. So that's why we'll call it as gametophyte. It is a haploid. Okay. Example for the liverworts are Riccia, Markensia, Pilia, and Porella. Okay. Then coming to the mosses, plant body is leafy and erect. Leafy. First stage we can see the protonema. Protonema is like the creeping type. When the spore is fall on the ground, means the first it will form the creeping type. Creeping type, that is called as the protonema stage. Okay. Protonema stage. Creeping type. Okay. This is the first. Okay. And second it will produce the leafy stage. Okay. Then coming to the vegetative reproduction is by the fragmentation, budding in the secondary protonema. And rhizoids are very important. Rhizoids in the mosses are multicellular and branched. Remember. And sporangium is partially, not completely. It is partially parasite on the sporangium. Okay. Partially parasite. Examples are Funaria, Sphagnum, and the Polytrichum. Have you understood this, guys? Bryophytes, did you understood? Liverwort and the mosses. The only important point I am given here, mainly remember the rhizoids, that is unicellular and multicellular, and also the sporangium. Okay. And here you can see, guys, the life cycle of the Markensia. Here you can see this is the male thalli. Male thalli is produce the biflagellated anthozoa. and it is going to fall on the flag-shaped female, okay, archegoniophore. This is the female archegoniophore. It is going to fall on the female archegoniophore by the water current, water. Okay. Now it is going to form the zygote. It is going to form the zygote. The zygote is diploid in. Okay. Now the zygote is going to undergo the mitosis. Okay. Mitosis. Now the zygote will form the mitosis and it will form the embryo. This embryo is 2N. Okay. This embryo now it will form the sporophyte. The sporophyte is 2N. Okay. Now the sporophyte, inside the sporophyte, the sporangium is there. The sporophyte, this will undergo the cell, inside the cell will undergo the meiosis. It will form by the meiosis, it will produce the haploid cell. The haploid is going to fall on the ground and it is going to form the thalli. Okay. The male thallus and this all the thing is the haploid, whereas the only sporophyte is a diploid. Okay. Remember this. Yes. Now let us talk about the reproduction in the mosses, how the mosses will take place. Okay. So here you can see, guys, this is the protonema. Okay, this is a protonema. This is a secondary. This is the first. It will form the primary protonema, right? Then it will form the leafy-like structure. The leafy-like structure is having the gametophyte. Okay, the gametophyte. Here you can see the female gametophyte is there and male gametophyte is there. Both will produce the spore. Both will produce the gamete. Those will haploid gamete. It will form the zygote. Okay, zygote, and the zygote will undergo the mitosis, same mitosis, and it will form the spore, the sporangium. Then the spores are diploid. Again, this will undergo the meiosis, and it will produce the haploid protonema. Okay, haploid protonema. It is going to be formed. Remember. Okay. Female gamete will produce the female gamete, and the male gametophyte will produce the male gamete. Both are combined together to form the zygote by the fertilization. After the fertilization, these are diploid. This will undergo the mitosis, and after the mitosis, it will go to form the embryo that form the sporophyte. Sporophyte is the diploid. Okay, this will undergo the meiosis and it will form the again that is gametophyte. Here is the example, guys. Remember this sporophyte in the funaria. Okay, capsule, theta, and here is the food. Okay, remember. And this is a gametophyte, and this is a sporophyte. Gametophyte is haploid, and sporophyte is a diploid. Okay, and the sphagnum, this is a sphagnum. Sphagnum is mainly used as the peat for the fuel, and for the packaging material because it will hold the water. That's why. Remember, sphagnum in the bryophyte, that is the mosses. Okay, and mainly you can see that asexual reproduction is by the bud. Here you can see the bud. Okay, by the budding it will go take place. I think you understood about the bryophytes, guys. If you understood, can you give me a thumbs up, guys, if you understood the bryophytes means? Thumbs up if you understood bryophytes. You can answer me in the chat box also. Did you understood bryophytes? Okay, then coming to the pteridophytes, guys. Pteridophytes are the seedless. Okay, remember this. First seedless, these seedless, and the first vascular plants are the pteridophytes. Okay, first vascular plant, pteridophyte, and the dominant phase is the sporophyte. Till now studied about the dominant phase is the gametophyte, that is a haploid. But now we are studying that is a sporophyte. Okay, that is a diploid body. Okay, and evolutionarily they are the first plants as xylem and phloem, and they also found near the cool, damp, shady places because they require water for the fertilization. That's why. Okay, main plant body is a sporophyte, and these are the important, guys. Let us study about that. The leaves in the pteridophytes are small. That is a microphyll, as in the Selaginella. Okay, in the Selaginella and the Salvinia, the microphyll is there. Here you can see the diagram. These all are the small leaves. Okay, and in the ferns, the leaves are macrophylls. Macro in the ferns. Remember. Okay, and here you can see, guys. The mainly they are having the two types of the leaves. One is the sporophyll leaves, which will produce the spores, and another leaf is the gamete producing leaves. So that is the photosynthetic leaves. Okay, sporophyll leaves here you can see that is having the sporophyll leaves. Okay, And this sporophyll leaves are having the cone-like structure, that is you can see in the Selaginella and the Equisetum. Okay. And in the case of the sporangia, you can see the sori, a cluster of the sporangia. Here you can see, guys. These are mainly present in the abaxial or in the ventral surface. The sori is there. Here you can see these sori are nothing but the sporangia, spores. Okay. Spores that may be the homosporous or the heterosporous. Mainly homosporous examples are the Equisetum, Lycopodium. These are very important, guys. They may ask you homosporous examples, Equisetum and the Lycopodium. Heterosporous examples, okay? And here you can see the heterosporous example, Selaginella and the Salvinia. They will produce two types of these spores, okay? Fine. Here you can see, guys, how the gametophyte and the reproduction will take place in the pteridophyte. Here you can see the fern. In the fern, in the abaxial surface, in the leaf, in the abaxial surface or in the ventral surface, in the ventral side, there is a sorus is there, okay? Sorus. They are consisting of the sporangia, okay? Inside the sporangia, there will be a spore mother cells will be there. Spore mother cell. They will undergo the meiosis and it will produce the spores. Okay. This sporangia is 2N. This will undergo the meiosis and it will produce the haploid spores. Okay. Haploid spores. Here you can see, guys. This is a sporophyte. It is a diploid. Okay. And the gametophyte. It will produce the spore, right? Spore is haploid. When the haploid spore is fall on the ground, it will form the gametophyte. It is gametophyte is having the archegonia and the antheridia. Okay. This will produce the male gamete and the female gamete, male and female gamete. It will combine by the fertilization and form the zygote. Okay, this zygote is the 2N and it is going to form the, here you can see gametophyte. The sporophyte is attached to the gametophyte and it is forming the, here you can see sporophyte. That is sporophyte is undergo the mitosis and it will attach to the gametophyte. And now it is forming the this fern-like structure. Okay, here is the main question for you guys. From the evolutionary point of view, retention of the female gametophyte with the developing young embryo on the parent sporophyte for some time is the first observed in option A, gymnosperm, option B, liverwort, option C, mosses, and option D, pteridophytes. Here I am launching the poll, guys. You can answer me in the poll and also in the chat box. Very good, Deepu. Yes, Suma. Very good, ma. Yes. Very good. Very good. I am ending the poll, guys. I am sharing the result. Yes, most of them has given the correct answer. That is the pteridophytes. Okay. So here you can see, guys. Yes, the correct answer for this question is the option D, pteridophytes. Okay, in the evolutionary point, you have seen that, right? A gametophyte, that is continuing with the sporophyte, right? What are the important for the seed habitat is the development of the heterospory. As you've seen in the Selaginella and the Salvinia, they produce the heterospory mainly, right? So that is an important thing. And second one is the functioning of only one megaspore mother cell. Okay, in a megaspore mother cell, that will undergo the meiosis. It will form the four cells, and only a three cell is going to be degenerate, right? Degenerate, and only one is going to be functional, right? So one is going to be functional, and that is going to present sometime in the megasporangium. That is going to the embryo is going to be continue their development for some time in the megasporophyte. Okay, so that is important for the seed habitat. Okay, mainly remember this all the thing. Heterospory is important, and development of the embryo in the megasporangium is important. Okay, so here you can go through the economic important, guys, as the ornamental, and it is prevent the soil erosion and is also used for the medicinal purposes. And the azolla, it fixes the nitrogen by association with the anabena, and equisetum stem is used for the polishing of the metals. Okay, remember this all the thing. Let us go for the examples. So classification. In the pteridophytes, you have the Coelopsida, Lycopsida, Synopsida, and Pteropsida. Coelopsida is Coelocitum, and Lycopsida selaginella and Lycopodium, Synopsida equisetum or stale, Pteropsida adiantum, Pteris and Diopteris. The diagrams are very, very, very important. Here you can see this is a selaginella and this is the equisetum. Equisetum is having this is the cone-like structure and the ferns, remember, and this is the salvinia. Okay, fine guys. Here you can see the question. Identify the pair of heterosporous pteridophytes among the following. I will launch the poll. You can answer in the poll, guys. I have launched the poll. Okay, I'm ending the poll. 50% given the option B and 50% as the option D. The correct answer is option B, guys. Selaginella and Salvinia, right? We studied this, right? Very good, Deepu. Yes, option B is the correct answer. Okay, yeah. So here is another question, guys. Given below are the two statement is the assertion type question. One labeled as assertion and one as the reason. Assertion is the first stage of the gametophyte in the life cycle of the moss is moss. Remember, it is a moss, protonema stage. And reason is protonema develop directly from the spore produced in the capsule. Okay, you can choose both A and R are correct. You can answer to this question, guys. I will launch the poll. I will tell you the tricks how to answer to these questions. Okay, I've launched the poll. You can go through this. So remember, guys, whenever the assertion reason type questions are given, first read both the questions. Okay, both the assertion and reason, and think that whether both are correct or not. Then you can go for the whether assertion is correct for the reason, because the assertion should be connected to the reason. Then only it will be correct. Otherwise, it will be wrong. Okay. Okay, let us end the poll. I'll share the result. 17% has given the option A and 50% option B and 33% as option D. See here, guys. The stage of the gametophyte in the moss is protonema stage, the first stage. That is correct only, right? How the protonema stage is going to be formed, guys? By the sporangium, right? The sporangium is a diploid that is undergo the meiosis and it will produce the haploid spore that will fall on the ground. Then it is going to produce the protonema stage, that is haploid. That is correct, right? Protonema develops directly from the spore produced in the capsule. That is also correct, right? And you can see that the first stage of the gametophyte in the life cycle of the moss is protonema stage. Protonema develop directly from the spore produced in the capsule, right? The reason is correct. The reason is correct for the protonema stage, right? So that's why you can see the correct answer is option A. Only 70% has given this correct answer. In the coming classes, I will tell you how you have to answer the assertion and reason. Okay. The correct answer is option A. Okay. Fine, guys. In the gymnosperm, I think we are running out of the time. I will explain you only important things to you. The gymnosperms are the diploid. Okay. Diploid, the sporophyte is the dominant phase here. And you can see here, these are not covered by the ovary. Okay. It is not covered by the ovary. These are called as mainly a softwood. It is lack the vessels. Xylem vessels is absent here and they mainly present in the terrestrial and they mainly found in the cool environment, gymnosperm. And you can see, guys, gymnosperm can be grown in the very harsh condition because they have the because they have you can see the astomata and they have the thick cuticle and all the things. They can grow in the harsh condition also. Okay, there are the perennial and woody and shrubs also there and the tree also there. And sequoia is a gymnosperm which is the tallest. Okay, here you can see tallest and the roots are generally tap root in the gymnosperm and they have the fungal association also. Example mycorrhiza, example is a pinus. Pinus is having the mycorrhizal root whereas the cycas is having the coralloid root. Coralloid root is fixed with the nitrogen, that is for the nitrogen fixation. Remember, guys. Okay. And the stem, remember, stem of the cycas is unbranched and stem of the pinus and cedrus is branched. Here you can see in the diagram. Okay. And they possess the thick cuticle and the sunken stomata for the harsh condition. Okay, fine. And remember, guys, gymnosperm are having the heterosporous only. They don't have the homosporous. Heterosporous only. They produce the microsporous, that is the male gamete. Megasporous is the female gamete, and they have the strobili and the cones. On the strobili and the cones, they are having the spores producing megaspore and the microspore, megasporophyte and the microsporophyte. Okay, and the sporophylls are microsporophyle and the megasporophyle. Okay, the pinus is monoecious. It's very important. Pinus is monoecious means they are having the male and female strobili on the same tree. Okay, and the cycas is the dioecious means it is having in the different. Here you can see cycas in the male strobili in the different and the female strobili in the different. Okay, and here you can see these all the thing you can study and study here there, okay, in the textbook, guys, because we are running out of the time. Here is the main question for you. Strobili on the cones are found mainly in. I will. You can answer me in the chat box, guys. You can answer me in the chat box. Meanwhile, I will run the uh, poll for you. You can tell me how the class. Okay, 1 minute. You can give me your feedback. I will launch the feedback. Okay, guys. Meanwhile, you can answer me in the poll, guys. Okay, sorry. Meanwhile, you can answer me in the chat box. Kindly give me your feedback, guys, how the class went and how the concept and all the things. Okay, your feedbacks are very important for us. And here you can see the question, guys. Strobili or cones are found in Markensia, Equisetum, Salvinia, and Terrace. Which is the correct answer, guys? Markensia, no. Markensia is a liverwort, does not contain any strobili. And Salvinia, we didn't saw the strobili. And Terrace also, that is the one we didn't saw the any. Yes, strobili. The mainly in the equisetum. Yes, equisetum, that is nothing but the pteridophyte. Pteridophyte. Equisetum is a pteridophyte. There we have seen the very good, Krupa, very good, Suma. Yes, Deepu, correct. In the equisetum, we have studied the strobili, right? I remember this guy. Yeah, here you can see the equisetum that is having the strobili. Okay, fine. There's a one more question that is for the gymnosperm. You can answer to this question, and if you are given the feedback means you can leave the class, guys. Select the correct statement. Sequoia is the one of the tallest tree. The leaves of the gymnosperms are not well adapted to the extreme climate. Gymnosperms are both homosporous and heterosporous. Salvinia, Jingo, and Pinus all are gymnosperms. The correct answer is A. Only correct answer is A. That is the sequoia is the tallest tree. That is correct. The leaves of the gymnosperm are well adopted. Not is wrong. Well adopted. Gymnosperm are both homosporous and the heterosporous. Yes. Salvinia, Ginkgo, Pinus all are gymnosperm. That is correct. That is wrong, right? Gymnosperm are mainly heterosporous, not the homosporous. Right? Okay, guys. Fine. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, today I will send you the notes, ma. Thank you so much, guys.